We definitely started at storage. I mean, if you look way back into the business, as it became EMC and what EMC was, it started off as an office furniture, distributor in the beginning, but then they came up with a good idea for a unique way to store things. I mean, you remember the first these laptops that would come out, those small computers had 250 megabytes of storage, that kind of thing. So they came up with a unique way of doing storage. Of course, that's the big thing still. It's a big part of our revenue, and it's the foundation also of what we're doing today. Everyone knows they have to store information, and the importance of storing information is different for everyone, but they're starting to treat information similar to money. I'll give you an idea. We all know that we put our money in a bank, and it keeps it secure. But we didn't really, and we have rules about that. We have rules about, who can look at the money, how much money has to be left in the bank in case people come to ask for some of their money back. What kind of rules regulate it? We know we had a big crisis because the rules weren't good enough in some ways. And I think people now are looking at information the same way. Businesses are saying, who's looking at my information? How available does it have to be? Where do I need to store it? How long do I hold a record for? If it's the military, it's very secure. It's held for a long time. If it's Social Security information, same thing. Health information, same thing. Recently, EMC worked with a hospital in the United States, and they're working the same with hospitals in Europe to design patient information systems with our partners so that there's immediate access to information, which helps, obviously, for medical care. So I think the thing that's different between 5 years ago and today is two things. The amount of data we have and the different formats and the way that people use the information in their work. I'll give you an example. Cisco works with this telepresence. Have you?
Yeah,
you know
sure.
You know telepresence, and I did my first video call probably 10 years ago, and it was a disaster. I think it wasn't Cisco equipment; it was something else, but it was a disaster. But no one used it. Today, what do we have? Well, you have a bunch of old people like me with gray hair who communicate with email, and we communicate on cell phones. And we communicate, well, that's pretty much how we communicate, unless it's face-to-face. But kids today, they're using Facebook. They're using Twitter. They're using these online chat rooms. And then we have the concept of a telepresence, where you're not even near the person, but you're talking with the person. Next step, sharing information as if it was Facebook in a community. I had a meeting in my office the other day, and it was 4 of us planning some planning meeting. And I thought to myself, what would it be like if I had a similar sort of thing with telepresence and also Facebook or a chat room? Maybe someone in the company that's, not working in Hyderabad, India says, oh, Paul's having a meeting on how we're going to have the virtualization path for disaster recovery. I think I'll watch. And then all of a sudden that guy says, yeah, guys, that's a good thing you're talking about. But I have we tried this in India, and here's another idea. I think that kids today have this idea of sharing in a community the information. And I think 5 years ago, we didn't understand really all the methods, the mediums, the ways people are going to share information. And it's happening today, and it's coming about today. And we're at the beginning of something new, how people share information today, and what the infrastructure is that supports that.